Hello and welcome from Budapest. This is Hungary Reports, bringing you the latest news from Hungary and the Carpathian Basin. My name's Árpád Szőci. Great that you can be with us. Ursula von der Leyen was voted in by a slim majority in the European Parliament to be the new president of the European Commission. Votes by Hungary's ruling Fidesz party and its coalition partner, the Christian Democrats, also made a big difference in getting her in. Hungary's Democratic Coalition and the Momentum Party also voted for her, while the Socialists and the Jobbik did not.
Despite the vote being secret, it was quite clear after the result was announced who had supported Ursula von der Leyen. It certainly wasn't Hungary's MEPs from the Socialist Party. István Újhelyi said in a video uploaded on social media that even though he agreed with her program, he did not vote for her because he believes that the way the heads of state voted for her was undemocratic. And the Jobbik's sole MEP, Márton Gyöngyösi, said in an interview that von der Leyen will be a weak leader for the European Commission. He also didn't vote for her. However, Klára Dobrev from Hungary's Democratic Coalition said that von der Leyen is a true Democrat with a definite program and concrete plans.
We must keep Europe united, prosperous and secure.
The Momentum Party that belongs to the Liberal faction kept in line with its coalition and did indeed support von der Leyen. They believe that choosing her was a compromise which will benefit Hungary. And all 13 of the MEPs from Hungary's ruling parties voted for her, thus playing a major role in getting von der Leyen in. Fidesz MEP Balázs Hídvégi said after the vote that the 9-vote margin that enabled von der Leyen to win proved that votes by Fidesz and its partner party, the Christian Democrats, helped the German politician win. The way I see the issue today, it was rather votes from right-leaning parties that were needed, and that's what happened in the end in order for her to be voted in, while left-leaning parties voted against her, the MEP said. The new president of the European Commission needed at least 374 votes to win. In the end, she got more, 383. While Ursula von der Leyen won her position by a majority of 9 votes, it was obvious that she needed the 13 votes from Fidesz, Zoltán Lomnici said. The legal expert of the Hungarian think tank Századvég said that with von der Leyen winning, it is a defeat for the left wing in parliament, while the right wing can consider it a victory.
Hungary's Foreign Affairs and Trade Minister said that after talks in Brussels, UN officials in New York have also been actively supporting migration. Péter Szijjártó was attending a meeting of the UN's Economic and Social Council. He was particularly reacting to a recommendation that EU member states be obliged to give the same level of health care to illegal migrants that EU citizens receive. Szijjártó said that this move would simply be another step towards legalizing illegal migration. He pointed out that Hungary does not support this, especially considering, as he put it, its citizens have been paying into the system while illegal immigrants have not.
The Hungarian standpoint is clear. Illegal migration is dangerous. Illegal migration cannot be legalized or organized in the upcoming period. Illegal migration must be stopped because it poses an incredible security threat to everyone. This is yet another attempt, through trying to make equal access to healthcare mandatory, in which UN bureaucrats in New York stealthily force member states to start applying and carrying out the Global Migration Compact step by step.
The ruling parties in Hungary have rejected changes to the tax law by opposition parties. They say those would have drastically cut public support for families while increasing personal income tax and also possibly adversely affecting businesses.
Families and companies would have had millions of euros taken from them, according to calculations by the opposition, if the National Assembly had voted to adopt the almost 800 amendment proposals they handed in. According to the government, the ideas are poorly thought out and unworkable that would have caused tax raises and austerity. Several of the opposition parties wanted to introduce new forms of taxing. Párbeszéd planned half a dozen. For example, a carbon tax, an oligarch tax, taxing the wealth of millionaires, offshore tax, and a large estate owner's tax. Gergely Karácsony's party would have also reformed the personal income tax that's been unchanged since 2011 and working well, and that is one of the lowest percentages in the European Union. They proposed a dual-rate income tax and would require people with higher incomes making higher contributions. Several opposition parties, among them the aforementioned Párbeszéd, would also change children's benefits. That could not just affect families, but economic performance as well. The current family support model encouraged childbearing, encouraged marriages, encouraged starting families. This had a positive effect on the economy. We only have to think of real estate purchases and construction, and the construction industry is a defining pillar of Hungarian economic growth. If the government took that funding back from families following the opposition's proposals, and we're talking about millions of euros worth of funding, then even economic growth would slow down, the director of an economic research institute said. The government didn't support either of the opposition's proposals, and the National Assembly didn't vote to adopt them.
Slovakia's new president paid a visit to a part of the country where a large Hungarian minority lives. Zuzana Čaputová did so at a summer university in Gombaszög, known in Slovakian as Gombaszek. It's the first time that has ever happened since the fall of communism. She announced that protecting national minorities is one of her responsibilities.
A huge crowd welcomed the Slovakian president in this Hungarian minority-inhabited part of Slovakia. A month after her official inauguration, she met Hungarians from Slovakia at their biggest music festival and open-air university, the Gombaszög summer camp. It was only natural for me that I would come to this camp, the president said. She talked about how she would like to understand and feel citizens' problems. I would primarily like to know whether the rights of minorities, and Hungarians among them, are respected, that they aren't victims of atrocities, and that their judicial authorities aren't limited. If a law that would in any way limit the rights of nationalities is laid before me, I will firmly veto it, the Slovakian president said. Organizers also welcomed Zuzana Čaputová's visit because even though their event has been a stage for important political and social dialogue for years, no other president had ever accepted their invitation until now. The Slovakian president called the venue and the cultural diversity of the Gombaszög summer camp exemplary.
The Hungarian Coast Guard is trying to increase their flotilla at Lake Balaton. In fact, they're trying to raise funds for 2 emergency vessels currently docked there that would be perfect for them. They've now asked for help on their social media pages for donations, and their efforts are paying off, literally. It's just one day they already collected 10% of the funds needed, and they hope further contributions will eventually reach their allotted goal.
Boats that the Water Rescue Services of Hungary want to purchase are currently docked in the yacht marina in Keszthely. The 2 boats that are owned by a Norwegian company could be of great service to the rescue services. They are relatively light, have a powerful engine at the back, and so they're capable of reaching high speeds. Their bows were created in a way that makes them easy to use, even in large waves, the organization's spokesperson said. The 2 boats cost about 49,000 euros altogether. To purchase the vehicles, the Water Rescue Services organized a donation drive, successfully collecting more than 4,500 euros by Wednesday morning. During the summer season, Water Rescue Services are there at every beach by Lake Balaton. Their work isn't just about saving people in danger in the water. They also watch over the safety of people resting on dry land. Beachgoers also find their presence important, since it helps them feel safe and unwind.
The Babel Sound Interactive World Music Festival has gotten underway at Balaton Boglar on the southern side of Lake Balaton. This year, it features 46 acts from all over the world, including from India and Senegal. You can enjoy musicians, dancers, and other performers showing off their cultures and customs. The festival continues until Sunday. And on Saturday, you can enjoy the night of chairlifts, and that without having to carry around your ski equipment. The festivity is being held at 6 locations across the country. This year, it will also be run at 2 areas starting in the late morning in the Matra Mountains and going till 9 p.m. The chairlift trip takes 7 minutes, and they say that on a clear night, you can even make out the lights of Budapest. And that's all for now. But we'll be back again tomorrow live after the Hungarian language news at 11 p.m. And you can catch Hungary reports online as well. Please stay tuned now if you have time for our German, Russian, and Chinese language news shows. Thanks very much for watching, and viszontlátásra.